Donald Trump just announced plans to reverse the AI chip export restrictions that defined U.S. policy under the Biden administration. And the reaction from markets was immediate. Nvidia dipped and AMD rose, and investors across the AI landscape are reevaluating everything. If you've been watching how government contracts and geopolitical tensions shape companies like Nvidia, BigBear.ai and Palantir, then you already know how massive this shift is. This isn't just a chip policy story, it's a turning point in the global race for AI dominance. Let's break down exactly what this means for Nvidia, AI infrastructure, and the investing strategy moving forward. The policy in question stems from the Biden administration's decision to block high-performance AI chips, like Nvidia's A100 and H100, from being exported to China and other flagged nations. These restrictions were designed to protect national security and maintain U.S. leadership in artificial intelligence. Trump's reversal of that policy is framed as an economic correction. He argues that export bans are hurting American chipmakers and allowing competitors in countries like South Korea and Taiwan to fill the gap. His administration intends to roll back the AI chip restrictions to reopen global markets, and the response from semiconductor investors was swift. As soon as the news broke, Nvidia saw a dip. That's not because the company is weak, it's because the restrictions gave Nvidia a near monopoly in certain markets. If other US players like AMD or Broadcom are allowed to compete globally again, Nvidia's advantage narrows. On the flip side, AMD and Broadcom saw a bump as investors anticipated a wider addressable market for AI hardware. Nvidia isn't suddenly in trouble, but this announcement does shift the dynamics that have been fueling its meteoric rise. We've looked at AI contracts in defense, logistics, and surveillance, and nearly all of them depend on the ability to process massive data workloads. That requires top-tier chips. Biden's rules effectively slowed down access to that tech for rival nations. Trump's rollback could accelerate AI capabilities globally, including in regions previously held back. This changes the equation for companies building foundational AI infrastructure, from chipmakers to quantum computing startups. It could also reignite global demand for high-end silicon in a way that reshapes the balance of power, not just in markets, but in geopolitics. For Nvidia investors, this shift creates both short-term volatility and long-term questions. On one hand, Nvidia could lose its exclusive access to certain markets, something that has been factored into its premium valuation. On the other, broader global demand could still boost revenues, especially if previously restricted customers begin buying again. And it's important to remember that Nvidia's moat isn't just its hardware. Its software ecosystem, developer dominance, and vertical integration keep it far ahead of the pack. But the margin of that lead may narrow if export policy resets the playing field. Whether this is an opportunity or a warning depends on how permanent you believe these changes will be. If the rollback goes through without resistance, companies like AMD and Broadcom stand to gain the most. If it sparks backlash from regulators or gets tied up in national security hearings, the advantage could return to Nvidia. Either way, this announcement has shaken up the AI infrastructure narrative, and names that we've been tracking across the chip supply chain, like Supermicro and Arista Networks, could become more relevant as demand scales globally. Trump's call to reverse the AI chip export ban isn't just about policy, it's about power. It reflects a deeper debate between economic growth and technological control, and it may trigger the next phase of competition between US, Chinese, and allied AI sectors. For investors, this means watching more than just earnings reports. It means tracking legislation, security briefings, and export enforcement in real time. Because in 2025, AI is no longer just a tech sector, it's a global battlefield. Let me know what you think. Will this move open up opportunity for US chipmakers, or is it a strategic risk in disguise? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Robert, and I'll see you in the next one.